this power, it's incredible. He feels like he can beat Cell 4 times over. Although, he does immediately notice the flaw of it. Even though him being dead gives him unlimited energy to use, he does notice that tons of ki is leaking out of his body while using this form. But this gives Goku an idea. If he can somehow fix this, could he make the form stronger? And after thinking about it for a bit, it just kinda makes sense. If no energy is going out of his body, and all the energy is staying inside of him, then that should make it stronger, right? Maybe he should put his hypothesis to the test. Goku constantly stays in Super Saiyan 3 for days on end, and since he's dead, he's not going to get tired from it. And eventually, with enough focus, he's able to maintain the energy and prevent it from leaking out of his body. Now of course this is pretty tricky for him to do at the moment, but if he does it long enough, maybe it'll just eventually become muscle memory to him. And as of this moment, Goku has officially mastered Super Saiyan 3, but not in the conventional way. Now we enter the Buu saga, and surprisingly, everything plays out as they would normally. Goku mastering Super Saiyan 3 won't mean much against Fat Buu, as he claimed to get beaten him in canon, and he wanted Goten and Trunks, the next generation, to beat him instead. So yeah, surprisingly, most of the Buu saga plays out as normal. Well, up until the fight against Kid Buu. Goku asks Vegeta if he can hold off Kid Buu for a bit. He is confident if he charges an attack in Super Saiyan 3, he could beat Kid Buu. Vegeta reluctantly agrees to this, powers up into Super Saiyan 2 and charges towards Kid Buu. While Vegeta is getting his ass handed to him by Kid Buu, Goku powers up into Super Saiyan 3 and begins to focus. All he needs to do is focus, maintain that energy within him, do not let it leak out. Just like against Cell, only much stronger.
Yeah!
With one full power warped Kamehameha, Goku has defeated Kid Buu without the use of a spirit bomb this time. Goku lets go of his focus on Super Saiyan 3 and drops back into base form. Vegeta is in absolute shock of what he just witnessed. Kakarot, that power, what was that? Vegeta, that was the full, unrestricted power of Super Saiyan 3. Anyways, the Buu saga ends like usual with Goku staying on Earth, continuously trying to make Super Saiyan 3 more and more efficient by the day, and over time he has to focus less and less to maintain the mastered form of Super Saiyan 3. But all of his training in Super Saiyan 3 does get the attention of a certain someone. While almost going to Super Buu because of the strain of Super Saiyan 3, Goten doesn't really see the form as reliable anymore. That was until he saw Goku use it. His father can train the Super Saiyan 3 for hours without even getting tired. This kind of inspires Goten. Maybe if he starts training with his father, he can correct the flaws of Super Saiyan 3 that screwed him over as Gotenks. And so one day, Goten asks his father if he can join in on his training, and Goku is elated. He's so glad that one of his sons wants to train with him. This gives him hope that the next generation will be able to defend for themselves. Over the years, Goku began to train with Goten, teaching him a bunch of skills and techniques that he never knew before. Eventually, Goten even unlocks Super Saiyan 2 due to all this training. Vegeta is getting annoyed that Kakarot's brat is surpassing his own son in terms of power. Trunks needs to stop slacking off already. You know what, whether he likes it or not, he's going to start training Trunks personally, then he'll show Kakarot who has a superior son. And much like Goten, Trunks has also unlocked Super Saiyan 2 during this time skip. Now we move on to Battle of Gods, and well, nothing changes. Like, nothing would change if Goku mastered Super Saiyan 3, like, Beerus is just that strong. But there's some slight changes to the arc after it. Frieza arrives back on Earth, ready to decimate the Saiyans with his newfound power. But unfortunately, both Goku and Vegeta are not on the planet. Well, that's kind of annoying. But there are some other things that he does notice that are just as interesting as Goku and Vegeta. That goofy looking guy in the green tracksuit, he looks sort of familiar. Wait a minute, that's Goku's brat from Namek. But now he's all grown up, which is a bit weird to see, just shows you how much time has passed. But then he makes eye contact with these two little gremlins, and it infuriates him to no end. One of them was like a spin image of Goku. You're telling him that Goku had another child? Disgusting. But the other one, he looks exactly like the man who cut him in half when he arrived on Earth the first time, although a lot smaller. This infuriates him to no end, so much so that he immediately transforms into his final form. He charges towards the two, ready to pop their heads open with a single tap, but shockingly, both of them transform into Super Saiyans, being able to barely avoid Frieza's attack. You've got to be kidding me. 2 more Super Saiyans? And their children? No, this has to be some sort of dream. But, Super Saiyan or not, adult or child, does not matter. They will die by his hand. Just then, Gohan powers up into Super Saiyan and grabs Frieza and a full Nelson. While he's doing this, Piccolo throws a bunch of blasts towards the ground, creating a massive dust cloud. After creating a short distraction, Piccolo screams towards Goten and Trunks for them to do fusion if they have any hope of defeating Frieza. Meanwhile, Gohan tries his best to fight off Frieza, but he's not doing anything to Frieza, as Frieza simply slaps him, almost knocking him out in the process. Right after he'd done this, he hears 2 people saying the word fusion, followed by a massive light. After the dust cloud settles, he's able to see where this light came from, and it's come from another child, with really long hair. Frieza just stands there, looking at the child. Is he being mocked right now? What abomination is he looking at right now? Are these children putting on some sort of circus for him? Goten looks at Frieza annoyed. Why does he keep calling him children? I mean, with his height, isn't he also a child? This was followed by Frieza blitzing Gotenks, punching him in the face, initiating their fight. The two strike each other blow for blow, seemingly even at some points. Gohan's looking on at the fight in shock. Was Gotenks really this strong? I mean, he knew fusion was strong, but are Goten and Trunks really that individually strong? He might need to start training again. At one point, Goten tries to use the Galactic Donut to try and stop Frieza in one place, and to everyone's shock, it actually catches the Emperor off guard, getting him stuck on the Galactic Donut. Perfect. He thinks it's time to wrap up the show once and for all. Goten begins to charge his final attack, a mixture of Vegeta's Final Flash and Goku's Kamehameha. A final Kamehameha. Goten screams final Kamehameha and to everyone, it looked like someone just teleported behind Gotenks and slammed them towards the ground. But the Gotenks, he swear he saw something golden for a split second. Oh ho ho ho! Very impressive, child. That was quite the show you put on. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut it short. I never expected to use this form, not even against your father, but things change, I guess. This is golden, Frieza. Gotenks can feel the immense pressure coming off Frieza. All this from one being? This can't be real. But nonetheless, he'll fight to save this planet he cares so deeply about. Just in time, Goku and Vegeta have teleported onto the battlefield in their new Super Saiyan Blue forms. And after this, Resurrection F would play out like normal. We now skip to Goku and Vegeta going inside a time chamber for 3 years to prepare for the Universe 6 tournament. Now, in canon, this is where Goku would combine Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken, but not here. The thought does cross his mind, but here he has something different instead of Kaioken. What if he combined Super Saiyan God with Super Saiyan 3? But the question is, will he be able to do it successfully before the Universe 6 tournament starts? Vegeta has just been knocked out by Hit, and now it's Goku's turn to try and defeat the assassin. And he feels like if he can pull this off, then maybe he might be able to win. Before the two actually fight, Goku decides to show Hit something. This is a Super Saiyan, a mythical form considered legendary among his people. Now of course, this form will do absolutely nothing against Hit, but don't worry, he's only getting started. This is a Super Saiyan God that has transformed into a Super Saiyan, or you can just call Super Saiyan Blue. Now, he knows Hit needs no introduction to his form, as he just one-shot someone who's using it, but this is not the limits to a godly Saiyan. This is a Super Saiyan Blue that's standing beyond the power of our normal Super Saiyan Blue, or you can just call this Ascended Blue. But what he's about to show him is the perfect combination of both God and mortal. This is Super Saiyan 3. Hit is absolutely speechless after witnessing his power. This power, even with his time skip, could he even stop it? Goku charges Zord's hit, ready to knock him out in a single blow, but just about to land the punch, Hit activates his time skip. But to his shock, the time skip seemingly just slows Goku down for a bit as he punches him square in the face, knocking Hit right out of the ring, just like that. Goku immediately drops off his new form, exhausted by the power he just used. He's glad he's able to pull it off, even just for a slight second, and now knows for the future he can master his form, just like he done with normal Super Saiyan 3. But if he does get control of his power, would anyone he fights even be a challenge to him? Nah. But unknown to Goku, a certain someone just watched the tournament and is both insulted and interested in Goku's new power.